say no because
I've had that experience.
because some large incumbent could just sort of do it. So, and as someone who spent a lot of time at Yahoo, I would say people who view that threat vastly, overestimate the ability of large companies to move. I think Facebook might be one of the exceptions that prove the rule, but there, for all of Facebook's success, has that in any way sort of taken away from the success and the admiration that we all have for Foursquare and the product leadership they continue to have? I mean, to me, the answer is no. I think all of us would probably still love if we had sort of been an early investor in Foursquare. So, yeah, the incumbents can sort of be a threat, but you can also build a great business on top of them. Just look at Zynga, who essentially built their business on Amazon Web Services and the Facebook social graph.
Yeah, one of my favorite things is the favorite sort of pithy saying is the next big thing is always beneath contempt, until it isn't, right? Like Facebook is this ridiculous juggernaut, but like 7 years ago it was this absurd like hooking up site, and it's got completely wiped out. I think anything, it really depends on how consumers really take to products, how you build a really meaningful experience with them. I think lots of things could take on the big companies now.
What I look for, we're all in this business to disrupt. So I'm not afraid to challenge a platform. I think entrepreneurs aren't afraid to challenge a platform. But what you have to think about is what's your dependency. So if you're going to leverage a platform to build an audience, look, how do you get off that dependency as quickly as possible? And what I look for, if you look at sort of the companies we've invested in, is I really am interested in what data do you own, especially in this category. If you're deriving, it could be metadata, it could be core data, but really, what are you building that you're actually learning about your customer? And if you can figure out a way to do that on somebody else's sort of giant exhaust, I think that's interesting.
Now we have the capacity to keep in touch. And then in general, although it can be a little bit annoying to have someone from grade school friend you on Facebook, that in general, research is showing us that people's social capital is maximizing, is increasing as a result of this. Because when you're in need, in times of need, you have a bigger pool of people to draw on for help. When you're looking for a job, when you're looking to hire, when you're looking for whatever personal or professional task that may be. For companies, what's happening is that the top of their marketing funnels are expanding. Again, if we historically look back in the day when you had to go door to door selling vacuum cleaners, there were only so many households that you could hit, and a lot of people might not have been home. That's why telecenters in the 80s were such a profound revolution. And again, when we went from call centers to email marketing, companies expanded their prospect list once again. More than ever, content is king. It's never been more important to have content. And what is content? It could be, if you're a nail salon, educating your client base on the new kinds of manicures that are out there, or general hand and skincare. It could be deals, it could be promotions, it could be any number of things, depending on the kind of business that you are. But the key point here is that there is content, and that that is what drives ongoing business value and continual engagement with your customers. Give them something to talk about, give them something to share, give them something that not only has inherent value to the customer, but is so valuable that they have an incentive to want to share it with their friends. Before geolocation, even just a few years ago, we lived largely separate lives. We lived an online life where we would sign up, we'd use email, and we would click on online ads, we would buy things from Amazon. And then we lived our brick and mortar life where we would go to Starbucks, where we would go to any brick and mortar store and live there. And today those worlds are collapsing. And for bricks and mortar in particular, there's a tremendous opportunity to be able to combine not only the data from online and offline, but also the customer experience. Just like Frank Arderell was talking about at 24-Hour Fitness, taking all of those consumer touch points, whether it's social, online, mobile, or actually physically in store, and making that seamless and consistent.